Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Trying to wait and see if my people jump in. Happy Friday. I want to talk about this Cecil McCray fatal attraction love story, unaliving this woman. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. If we would only look at the signs and love ourselves, if we would only look at the signs and love ourselves, my heart goes out to her son, the grandbaby that will no longer see or spend time with his grandmother. I just finished watching the Cecil McCurry and Tangi Hutton. What was her name? Tangi Davis Hutton. Some of the phone calls from prison. I just got through listening to them and I was able to get the whole story. So I just wanted to come on here and share it with you guys about, I'm kind of really somber about the whole thing because someone lost their life. And I think that it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. We're talking about a very intelligent, well, she seemed to be, well, I take that back. I take that back. There were some signs that indicated that this woman may have had some issues mentally. And she did say that she was in therapy, right? So there were some signs that this woman did have some issues and she was in therapy. She was a nurse practitioner here in the state of Georgia. So she was intelligent, right? And you would think as a nurse practitioner, she would have critical thinking skills, right? And that she would be able to tell that this man was not mentally stable. He was a narcissist. He was toxic. He was manipulative. He was problematic. All the red flags were there, right? She said she met him in a laundromat and they seemed like they lived on and off with each other for years, but they always had, the relationship was always toxic. It was always something going on with them. The police was always called to their house, right? Some type of DV all the time, right? So she left him, went back, left him. So in October of 2024, he got accused of kidnapping her, right? And he served time for that, right? So he got locked up in Cobb County detention. And I guess the state or whoever pressed charges against him. And they were told to stay away from each other, right? While he was, being, hi, how are you? While he was locked up in Cobb County detention, right? Well, this woman continues to go and see this man while he's locked up. They were told to stay away from each other, right? She continues to go see him, okay, and try to get him out, pay all of his bills, his mortgage, his car note, all of his bills while he's locked up, pays for his attorney, pays for his ankle monitor, pays to have him to go into a facility to get treatment for his alcohol addiction. This is the same man that is verbally abusive. I don't know if there were any physical abuse, but the police were called quite often for DV on this couple, right? And y'all, the whole story is just so sad because this woman lost her life. Such a young woman, 46, smart, educated, had a grown son, 24, had a grandchild that was 2. I mean, she just had the whole world in front of her, right? Just seems like, and that just goes to show you that people can have all those things. They can have intellect, they can have successful careers, they can have the cars, they can have the money. But if your mental health is not in the proper state, then everything else is none and void, right? And this woman was just missing some type of mental capacity, and it cost her her life. It cost her her life. Now, listening to the phone calls from prison, you can tell that this man is completely unhinged. He's all over the place. He can't focus. It seems like he was a little bit schizophrenic, a little bit bipolar, and he suffered from anxiety. Just by listening to what he was saying to her, he was just all over the place. And she was always correcting him and trying to redirect his thoughts. And he was just all over the place, right? And so while he is incarcerated for kidnapping her back in 2024, she continues to go see him. And when she goes to see him, she says that she is his cousin when she logs in to go see him, right? Hi. When she continues to go see him, right? So there's other players that are in this crazy story. It's the cousins, it's his mother, it's his friends. His family has played a major role in this story. Him being the manipulator that he is and the narcissist that he had this woman in between him and his family. The entire time he was dealing with her. His family is trying to help him get out of this situation. He's still talking to this woman, telling her, I love you, we're going to be together, you my wife, you my this, you my that. And sometimes she would engage it, and then sometimes she would come out and lash out to him in anger, which shows that she wasn't emotionally intelligent, or she wasn't emotionally balanced, or she had some mental things going on. Because sometimes she would be angry with him, and sometimes she would, she would embrace what he was saying, and it was just, you could just tell that this woman was all over the place. The man didn't have no money. Not to say that was any reason for him to have her wrapped up around his finger. The man didn't have any money. He wasn't an attractive man. And from what I understand, all the things that he had, like his house, his cars, they were like, because of his mental illness, they were trash. They said that the house that he lived in was not even fit for anybody to live in. And she was staying there with that man. And he had a pet, a dog in the house. But anyway, she continued to go see him, and she continued to navigate the process of him getting out. The entire time she was navigating the process of him getting out. So was his family. So the family was talking against her to him, and at the same time he was talking to her. Now here's the kicker. The stipulation of his bond was not to have any interaction with this woman, right? He wasn't supposed to even been engaging this woman. She wasn't supposed to even been coming up there. Somebody kidnapped me and they get locked up. Ain't nowhere in the hell I'm finna deal with them no more. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be some problems. Me personally. But everybody's different. And like I said, I don't think she's there mentally, all there mentally. So the woman continues to see him while he's in Cobb County detention. Y'all, and I know there's a difference from being in love, and there's a difference from just being insane. Ain't that much love in the world. There is not that much, to my opinion. But the woman continued to go see him. The family playing her against him, and he playing her against the family. Wasn't supposed to be seen. She kept coming up there, helping the man get out. He eventually gets out. He gets locked up October 2024. He gets out December of 2024. Bam. He get out. His family helps him get out. He's not supposed to go stay with her. The last visit she had with him, she got him told. She told him about his family, his mama, his cousin. She said, ain't none of them shit. I'm done with you. She was from Missouri. She said, I'm going back to Missouri. I'm done with you. It's over. Cool. He get out in December 2024. I don't know what happened in between then, but September of 2025. Y'all, this is a local story here in Atlanta. This is a local story here in Atlanta. It's been all over the news. And I'm just kind of give you a synopsis of what happened because I'm just really saddened by this, y'all, because it could have been avoided, you know. It don't seem like she had any friends. She had her son. She has a 24-year-old son. Don't seem like she had a community, and that's why I think community is really important, because somebody in your community, he had a community. He had his family, and when I tell you they were down 10 toes down for him, when I tell you that man family was doing everything they could to help him get out, they helped him navigate the process of putting his house up for his bond. They did everything to help him get out, right? She had nobody. She was here by herself with her son. She came from Missouri, right? And her grandson. And she would bring the grandson to come visit him. And he acted like he just loved the grandson. And it was just sad. Now that grandbaby is not going to have his grandmother no more. The baby is only, what, he was 2 then, so I guess he's about 3 now, because that was just a year ago. It's just sad. And the son, so I get to it. But anyway, he gets out, right? She said, I'm through with you. So she must have went on about her business. I don't know if she had any interaction with him from the time he got out of December 2024 till September of 2025 when she moved in with him. She moved back in. She went back and moved in with him. So the son said he hadn't talked to his mom since October 9th of 2025. He said, my mom ain't called me, and that's unusual. So he put up a missing person. He did a missing persons report. He put up flyers all over Atlanta. You know, it looks like they stayed in the Mableton on that side. So the son puts up the flyers looking for his mom, you know, the missing person thing. So they track her truck on OnStar. And they find her truck over there at the Littles in Mableton in the parking lot. So then they get in touch with Cecil. Cecil said, I ain't seen such and such and such and such. Well, y'all, with innovation and technology nowadays, it's kind of hard to do a crime and get away with it. From the time you step out your door, there are cameras, there's technology that can track you, can track your car. There's technology that can track every move that you make. So I guess they did some investigation, the detectives did some investigation, and later on they circled back around and they arrested him for unaliving this woman. He admitted eventually to unaliving her, said that he strangled her and buried her body in Atlanta. And I'm going to say this again to my ladies, because I say it a lot on this channel. I say it a lot on this channel. And I've been watching the phone calls all day. I started last night, the phone calls from prison. And it just, and y'all know I come on here and I talk shit, shits and giggles. But to look at that lady on those phone calls from prison and just to see how young she was and, how excited she was about her career, a nurse practitioner, the healthcare field. You make good money like that. So she didn't need his money. It wasn't like she needed him for financial support. And she told him that. She said, I come because his family thought that she was trying to get him out because she needed him to support her financially. She said, I come self-sufficient. I stand on my own. I don't need your money. I don't need nothing from you. She said, I just genuinely love you. But what about loving yourself? And that's what, to me, that's what got her unalive, because she did not love herself. She went back to live with this man. And he was real. He was one of them crazy possessive. I love you, baby. You ain't going nowhere. I love you, baby. Baby, I love you. We gonna get married when we, you know, all that jail talk they talk when they locked up. We gonna get married, baby. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Baby, I love you, baby. You love me. You my wife. And he was even telling the other inmates, man, they're my wife. They're my wife. Y'all come see my wife. They're my, just unhinged, just all over the place, just batshit crazy. Y'all come in and hit the light. Just crazy. And she kept saying, you don't love me, I ain't your wife. And not only that, he was cheating on her with 3 other women. So not only was he crazy, disrespecting her, but he was putting her health at risk, exposing her to things, sleeping with other women. Oh, them other women did. She said, when you get out, what you gonna do right? She said, what about them other women? She's in there pleading with a man that's on the other side of a glass, and you free. Ain't no way I'm finna be pleading and begging with a that's locked. Nigga, I'm outside. I'm free. I'm going on with my life. She in there pleading. You gonna get out, I'm getting you out, don't worry about it. And when you get out, you gotta do right by me. Just pleading and begging this man to do right. So evidently he was known to cheat on her and disrespect her. He had other women just doing all kind of things. Instead of her, and I'm gonna say it, putting herself first and saying, man, she said she was gonna move back to Missouri. She should have moved. But this man had such a strong hold on her. I don't know what it was. But y'all, as women, we have got to put ourselves first and love ourselves. Anytime a man is verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, because men are, you will see the red flags. You can address it, but if it doesn't go away, leave him alone. You cannot, people do not change. That was that man's character, his behavior. He could not change that on his own. That man needed help, and she knew he needed help. She knew he needed help. She said, I got a facility. She had even said that she put him on her insurance, which I don't know how that happened. You just can't randomly put people on your insurance if it's not a spouse or a child or something like that. And that was not her husband. That was just her man she was dealing with. So she said that she put him on her insurance so he could go to rehab for 30 days. That was one of the stipulations of him getting a bond to go to rehab for, he was addicted to alcohol. But he ended up unaliving this woman. And my heart just goes out to her family. He admitted. So now they locked him up back in October 14th of this year, 2025. So he's back down there at the Cobb County Detention Center. There are recent calls where he's saying that, telling one of his friends or his cousins, it's not what you think it is. It was self-defense. You strangled her. This woman was 5'2", 150 pounds. You're every bit of 5'8" and 220 pounds. How was that self-defense? And why didn't you call the police? You took the time out to think about what to do with her body. So I am intrigued about this case. Just because this could be anybody, y'all. It could be your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your mother. This could happen to anybody that it just sounds like she wanted to be loved. She wanted him to validate her so bad, when all she had to do was love herself and validate who she was. And this man ended up unaliving her. So I just wanted to jump on, and I think I'm going to be doing another part just as the case progresses and he goes to court. I think he goes to court November 12th. I don't know. I might get in my car and go down there and just sit in the courtroom, because I just want to see and hear in person what this man is going to say. For unaliving this beautiful, just a nice looking, attractive woman. Just nice looking, nice shape, just nice looking woman. Nurse practitioner, cars, money, her own little spot where she had moved out of his spot when he got locked up. She went and got her little spot in Sandy Springs, you know. And the last call that she had with him before last year, she was like standing on business. Only if she would have kept that mindset of standing on business with him, she would probably be here today for her son. Her son is 24. Where was her community? He had his people, and they were fighting for him. And they're still fighting for him. They're still fighting for him. They're still trying to get attorneys. On the last call, I think they said he needed, what, a few $100,000 for an attorney. He needed more money for his attorney. And he had family members that are trying to get the money up. And then she said something in one of the calls, my family loves you. After, she must have not told them what all the DV calls and all this call, many times the police had been out to their house. One time is enough. That means it's not a match. If you're in a relationship or a marriage and the popo got to be called for DV all the time, for y'all having issues, it's not a match. It's not a match. Leave it alone. But yeah, y'all, happy Friday. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this case. Y'all let me know, you know, what y'all think, you know, how much time he gonna serve, or, you know, how, you know, what you think the jury is gonna be like. I'm just interested in this. It's down in Cobb County, Georgia, so we know what the jury will probably look like. But we're gonna see how it goes. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.